You've probably heard the buzz. Pi network is everywhere in the crypto world. Maybe a friend sent you an invite or you saw it trending online. The idea? Make cryptocurrency accessible to everyone, not just techies or those with expensive computers. All you need is your smartphone. Open the app, tap a button daily, and you start earning Pi coins. The goal? Put digital currency into the hands of millions, maybe billions, worldwide. Pi's team, Stanford grads, wanted a network run by everyday people, not just miners or big investors. That's why Pi has exploded into a massive community, tens of millions strong. These users, called pioneers, are building a new digital ecosystem, one tap at a time. But here's the catch. As of November 15, 2023, in 2025, Transfer 5, Pi is still in its enclosed mainnet phase. That means the Pi you've mined isn't tradable on open crypto exchanges yet. Instead, the focus is on building an internal marketplace, apps, services, and real goods you can buy with Pi. It's a closed garden where everything is being tested and refined. Because Pi isn't on the open market, there's no official price for a Pi coin. Online, you'll see wild speculation. Some say it's worthless, others claim it's worth a fortune. This uncertainty fuels debate and speculation within the community. And that's where the idea of global consensus value, or GCV, comes in. GCV is a concept born from the Pi community itself. It's captured the imagination of millions of pioneers. Let's break down GCV, global consensus value. Global means it's meant for everyone, everywhere. Consensus is about agreement. Value is what something's worth. So, GCV is the price Pi users worldwide agree a single Pi coin should be worth. It's not set by a company or analyst, but by the community itself. Think of it as a social contract. If enough people agree to trade at a certain price, that becomes the value, at least within the community. The most famous GCV number, $314,159 per Pi, mirroring the digits of the mathematical constant Pi. It's a symbolic, ambitious figure chosen by some to represent their hopes for Pi's future. The idea, if everyone agrees to this value and trades accordingly, it could become the de facto price in the Pi ecosystem. But remember, GCV isn't official. The Pi core team hasn't set any price. They're focused on building the tech and ecosystem, not dictating value. GCV is a grassroots movement, growing organically from users. It's a statement of belief in Pi's potential as a global digital currency. The value comes from within the community, not from outside speculation. GCV is about collective action and shared vision. It's a bold experiment in community-driven value creation. Whether it works or not, it's changing how people think about digital money. So, how does a community of millions decide on a price like GCV? It's not a global vote. It's organic, decentralized, and driven by conversation. Influential pioneers promote the $314,159 value on social media and forums, encouraging others to use it in real trades. Within the enclosed mainnet, verified users can transfer Pi and set up marketplaces, pricing goods and services according to GCV. Every transaction at GCV is like casting a vote for that value. The more people trade at this price, the stronger the consensus becomes. But not everyone agrees. Some trade at much lower values, creating a fragmented market. You might see the same product sold for a tiny fraction of a Pi by one vendor, and for many Pi by another. GCV is constantly negotiated through real transactions, not set in stone. The consensus is always evolving, shaped by the community's daily actions. Who sets the GCV price? The community does, but it's not a single voice. Influential groups and active participants drive the GCV movement, creating educational content and running GCV-based marketplaces. Their goal: reward early pioneers and create a premium digital asset by aiming high from the start. The Pi core team doesn't set the price, but their updates and ecosystem development influence community sentiment. If the core team builds a robust, useful ecosystem, confidence in Pi's value grows, no matter the consensus price. Ultimately, every pioneer has a say. Each transaction is a vote for a particular value. If you buy or sell at a certain price, you're shaping the consensus. Walk away from a deal? That's a message too. It's a massive, real-time economic experiment. The final value will be the sum of millions of individual decisions. In Pi, everyone's in the driver's seat. Let's use a simple example. You and your friends on a deserted island, collecting seashells. At first the shells are just pretty, but when someone trades shells for help or food, they gain value. If everyone agrees a shell is worth a coconut, that's your consensus value. The GCV movement in Pi is similar. Supporters propose a high value for Pi coins and encourage everyone to trade at that rate. When a pioneer lists a car for 0.1 Pi, they're acting on this belief. But not everyone agrees. Some think a shell is worth a banana, not a coconut. This leads to debate and negotiation. GCV supporters hope that if everyone holds the line, the value will stick. Others prefer to trade now, even at lower values. The future price of Pi will depend on which mindset prevails. It's a tug of war between belief in future value and immediate utility. The outcome will shape Pi's destiny. The experiment is unfolding in real time. Why does GCV matter to you? Because it's tied to the potential future value of your Pi coins. GCV represents the community's highest hopes and keeps people engaged during the long wait for open trading. It motivates pioneers to keep mining and participating, transforming a daily tap into a movement. Transactions at GCV serve as proof of concept, showing Pi can be used for real, high-value exchanges. News of big trades at GCV attracts new users and developers, building momentum. The GCV movement signals to businesses that there's a community with real purchasing power. Whether or not Pi ever reaches GCV, the movement shapes the network's economic culture. It forces everyone to ask, what really gives a currency value, market forces, or collective belief? The answer will determine the future of your Pi. Watching GCV unfold is a lesson in how digital value is created. GCV's strength depends on real-world transactions. The more high-value trades at GCV, the more legitimate it seems. If trades are rare or fake, confidence drops. Community growth is crucial. More active, educated users mean a stronger consensus. Competing consensus values can erode GCV's influence. The Pi core team's actions matter too. Launching open mainnet and building useful apps will shape value. When Pi hits open exchanges, outside market forces will weigh in. If the GCV movement has built enough utility and community, it might hold up. If not, supply and demand will set a new price. The next chapter depends on what happens before and after open mainnet. There's a lot of hype and confusion about GCV. Myth 1. GCV is an official guaranteed price set by the Pi core team. Not true. GCV is a community movement, not a promise. Myth 2. You'll be able to sell Pi for $150 in cash as soon as open mainnet launches. Highly unlikely. Real-world buyers set the price, not wishful thinking. The initial exchange price will be determined by supply and demand, and will almost certainly be much lower. Myth 3. GCV is the only consensus value. In reality, many pioneers trade at much lower values, from a few cents to a few dollars per Pi. The ecosystem is a patchwork of different value beliefs. Myth 4. GCV guarantees Pi will be valuable. In truth, real value comes from utility, adoption, and a strong ecosystem. GCV is just one piece of the puzzle. Sustainable value needs real apps, active users, and a secure blockchain. The future of Pi depends on more than just consensus price. Don't fall for the hype, look for substance. True value is built, not declared. Looking ahead, the biggest milestone is the move from enclosed mainnet to open mainnet. This will connect Pi to the wider crypto world. Watch for official announcements and the growth of KYC-verified users. Pay attention to the health of the internal ecosystem. Are more merchants and developers joining? At what prices are trades happening? If most commerce happens at or near GCV, that's bullish for the movement. If trades cluster at lower values, the community may be settling for less. The size and engagement of the user base are key. Growth attracts businesses and adds utility. A shrinking community is a red flag. The real value of Pi will be shaped by technology, community action, and eventually, the open market. Stay informed, be realistic, and watch this experiment unfold.